Okay, everybody, lie down on the floor and keep calm.
What we want to do, we want to reincarnate the KLF as our KLF.
BBC Hereford and Worcester.
We have one more bit of Lakefest to bring you, because the festival is over, but one man is still there. And he was involved with the world premiere at Lakefest of #RKLF. So, if you don't know, KLF is this band here, right? Had loads of hits in the 90s. They were massive in the 90s. Well, they did this with Tammy Wynette. And then they sort of went a bit mad and went off and burnt £1 million and sort of disappeared and became an art project. And they're still sort of doing random things. But we've got Nick on the line, Nick Corsten from Steamco, who was behind this thing at Lakefest, RKLF. And we can speak to him now about it. Hi, Nick.
Hello, Elliot. What a wonderful day to be alive. I'm just so grateful to still be here at East Newcastle. It's the most beautiful day.
Why are you still there? Everyone else has gone home, Nick. Why are you still there?
I run a non-profit called Steamco, which runs pop-up creativity days in schools and community space and festivals all over the country.
Yeah.
And it's a project we kicked off at a festival, Camp Vesta, about 15 years ago, where I saw madness there, and I thought, I want my boys to be as passionate about my music as I am. So for the 3 months before that, we played madness songs.
Yeah.
When we got to Mosh Pit in the Rain, they loved madness. And I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could do that with other bands? And in lockdown, I had a bit of a journey. I bumped into Bill Drummond in a barber's.
Who was a member of the KLF, wasn't he?
Yeah. And he'd written a book about 2 milk bottles chatting on a doorstep, like you do. There was also a film, and a friend of mine said that some friends of those in Liverpool were painting an ice cream van yellow. And if you'd let that song Tammy Wynette play on, she sings the words, "They're justified and they're ancient, and they drive
an ice cream van." Yeah.
So we had this idea. I thought, well, how do we bring the KLF back to life to inspire our kids to have a bit of agency, to get up and have an idea and do it, to be activists and change the world, whatever their passion is, and to find their art. So Lee and Rob at Lakefest said, look, you can have a bit of space for your art campaign where you can do your art workshops. And we said, well, what we want to do, we want to reincarnate the KLF as our KLF. So we spent the weekend making props. We built the last train to Trans Central out of cardboard. We built an ice cream van.
I've seen the ice cream van. That's a great piece of work. That is a cardboard ice cream van. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's lovely. Well, it's funny actually because a bloke came up to me at the festival. So I've just taken a picture of the ice cream van and put it on my Instagram saying the KLF are here. And I turned around and saw your van with a KLF logo on. He came over and said, what's going on? I told him. I said, who are you? He said, well, my name's Will. I said, what do you do? So I'm in a band. I said, what band? He said, Echo and the Bunnymen, who Bill Drummond used to manage.
Yes, of course.
And then we actually managed to clobber a bloke on the accessibility platform to borrow his little mobility cart. And his name was Will. And our cardboard artist's name was Will, who made a security van out of cardboard, which we used to collect £1 million from the local bank. We delivered it to the site, drove it through the site, and on Friday night, we started burning £1 million. This is all building up to Sunday, where kids, parents, artists in our group, people who we clobbered and came over, they made cardboard saxophones, cardboard guitars. We got capes and we put logos on them. And Sunday night we did a rehearsal with an amazing woman called Sarah, one of our mums who came along. She let slip that she's a dance choreographer and music dance teacher at Bath University. So we clobbered her to do some choreography.
Yeah.
Sunday night, Lee gave us a spot on the Funky Town stage, 5,000 capacity tent, massive light show, all the smoke machines, and we did a medley of Last Train to Trans Central, All Aboard Woo Woo.
Yeah.
We then had the 3am Eternal.
KLF is gonna rock you.
And then we had Justified the Nation, where the ice cream van drove on stage.
They're justified and they're ancient and they drive an ice
finished it off with What Time Is
Ask you a
Love,
question. What time is love?
with a Viking ship. And it was an absolute banger. The crowd went mad.
I'm sure they did. And look, just quickly, because I'm running out of time. What do the kids make of all this? Because I mean, like the KLF were massive, but for a very brief period, and they have been a bit forgotten, haven't they? Do the kids love it? Because it's quite anarchic as well, all this stuff.
It's a bit anarchic. You know what? Kids just love doing anything that's got a bit of a story to it. We weave a little bit of a story into it. They love the music. They were jumping up and down and actually happy. And you know, the KLF's music was called Stadium Rave. And it's as relevant today as it was then. And I'll tell you what, another time, I'll phone you up, we'll talk about the People's Pyramid that they're building in Liverpool, because this whole project is about celebrating life. I'm getting on a bit. I'm going to be on my way fairly shortly. And we've got to inspire our kids using stories of people like the KLF. It's unbelievable. And thanks for the shout, making a difference. That's what it's all about, Elliot.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a brilliant thing. It's a great thing that you're doing there, Nick, and it's a fantastic idea. I mean, the whole going. I haven't got time to go into it now. But if you don't really know the story of the KLF as a band, I mean, they were a band, and then like they just became this sort of mad thing, and there's a whole sort of universe around what they do. And burning £1 million is one of the most bonkers bits of it. But it's definitely worth having a read. And the fact that Nick is sort of resurrecting it and bringing it to a brand new generation is fantastic. Lovely. Might chat again about that. Lovely to speak to Nick Corsten from Steamco. Right, that'll do it for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the KLF have now left the building.